good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are. Do come and join me. So I invite you into my lovely workshop. I'm not on fire, I'm just burning some incense here. So do come and join me. It'd be lovely to see you today. Hi, good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are, please come and join me. It'd be lovely to see you. My name is Melanie Wellard, and I'm just doing the end of my show. I'm a bit late on, and then I'm going to be covering for the lovely Rebecca until for the next hour as well. So do come on and say hi. I think we have, let me know if I'm feeling I'm going a bit slow. So do let me know if, hi everybody, nice to see you. Let me know where you're coming in from. I'm finding the internet might be a bit slow, so hopefully it'll be okay. There we go. Okay, we're all upset and running now. Okay, so hello. Hi Lizzie. Hi Kitty. I don't know why you're letting me know your moon is in Sagittarius. I'm not an astrologer. I am a psychic medium. I'm a healer. I'm a celebrant. I'm an executive coach. So I have many skills that can help people to transform their lives in a really big way. Okay. We often skirt along life just looking at sort of the day-to-day stuff that we do, and we think that's all there is. But what we don't realize is it's a bit like when you plant a seed, plant a tree. If it's planted in soil that is toxic, if it's planted in soil that's not watered or fed, then the tree grows, but it's going to grow in a more stilted way. It might not flourish, it might not bear fruit, okay? And this is what I'm being guided this morning to say to you all. So what we do need to look at is what's in our roots, okay? What's at the base of us? What's underneath what we're showing to the world? Because if we don't attend to that, we tend to drift along life on the surface and nothing really much changes, okay? We have to look deeper than that in order to get the change. So I don't know about you, but I'm a bit fed up with being locked in, not being able to go anywhere. So today I thought I would dress up in beautiful evening top, all little beads and glitter, and I just thought I'd bring that and we'd have a party tonight and see where I can help you. So what I want, hello everybody, hi Heather. What I'm going to do, hello Marianne, Danielle, I can see you all, lovely. So what I'm going to do first, as I always do on my shows, is I first of all will do a reading for everybody, okay? Because so do listen to this, because it is guidance for everybody, okay? And what I'm going to look at is, I don't know whether you're aware, coming up on the 26th of May is it's a full eclipse moon, so a full moon, an eclipse moon, and a super moon. So this is going to be heavy stuff, okay? So be ready. What I'm going to look at today, we're now on the 19th, so we have a week to go. So what I'm going to do is help us all to look at what can we be doing now in preparation for these heavy energies coming in. They may result, if you've been doing the work on your roots, as I say, so if you're looking to the root of your life, if you're looking deeper, if you've been doing that internal work, then this could be a time of flourishing. This could be a time of things coming to fruition. But if you've been hiding, if you've been burying, then this could be a time when literally the results of what you've been hiding from come to the surface to be looked at, okay? And it may be a more challenging time. So this isn't to look at things in a negative way. This is about, what do I need to do? So I'm going to be looking today not at sort of the if you like, the trivial day-to-day stuff we look at, but what needs fundamentally do you need to look at in order to bring about that change in your life? Okay, so let's see. Okay, I have these beautiful new cards that I'm going to use, and these are called Hero's Journey. Now I've just I am also a qualified celebrant. I officiate over funerals, weddings, naming ceremonies, any other ceremony that people want with regards to any threshold they are crossing to mark it in some sacred way. And we call it going on the hero's journey when we cross a threshold. We are the hero. And it's about we're back to this, what are the deep things, the lessons we have to learn? We keep thinking, we go through life and we think, oh, life is all about what we do as a job. We think life is about what do we buy, the latest acquisition, what car have we got, oh, have I risen up the ladder, having family. These are all things we do in the world on the surface, okay? But we are here to learn much more fundamental lessons. These are how we materialize what we're learning, okay? So we've all heard of people who learn big lessons. They might be the richest person in the world, and then they learn the truth of life, okay, and what's important. And over the last year and a bit, we have probably been learning what are our priorities and what is really important. So I'm here to look at today more about what is the fundamental purpose of your life. What do you need to be looking at? What major change do we need to be instigating now? What are we maybe afraid to address? So we keep saying, oh, I just want somebody in my life. Am I going to meet anyone? But we've done no work on exactly what it is we want in our life. And the most important thing, why is it we want somebody in our life? Do we not feel complete? So are we looking for someone to complete us? In which case we need to stop right there and look more at how do we make ourselves feel more complete? Because do remember, no other person can make you feel anything, can make you feel complete. So if you're finding yourself in a toxic relationship, you need to look at that. If you're finding yourself in a toxic job, you might need to look at that. And it's really looking at what is, as I say, if we are seeing ourselves as that tree planted, are we planted in good soil? Do we feed our roots? Do we feed what sustains us? What do we do about our spiritual life? Are we connected to something bigger than ourselves? Do we have that belief in something bigger, or do we just think we're just going through the motions, almost just not even thinking and just thinking, oh, well, if I just have this, I'll be happy. But then we're not. If we acquire a new thing, car or whatever, it's great for a while, but that we then go, oh, but I still feel dissatisfied. So how do we reach that point of real joy? Okay, so let's see. This is going to be a reading for all of you. Okay, so also when I do readings individually, do listen out, because again, I do ask my guides and spirit to connect me with those people whose situation and the message is for everyone. Okay, so when I do these group sessions, obviously if I work with you on a one-to-one, I would obviously be intensely looking at your life. So do look at my details, my website, melaniewellard.co.uk. Do follow me on my Facebook, just on my profile, Melanie Wellard, Wellard. You can look me up just in the details here, above or below, I don't know where they sit. Or Instagram or on YouTube. I do inspirational little videos that seem to help people, and they're always guided every morning as to the message to help people deal with what's ever going on in their lives. So this is for all of us, okay? So take a deep breath, just settle yourself, and let's join our energy. So if we are in the same workshop together, which is the way I see it, I can see sort of the energy linking everybody around the world, okay? So what is this supermoon? Supermoon, full moon eclipse coming up on the 26th, okay? What is this going to mean for us and then for you individually? because it's going to be a biggie. Okay, I'm going to pull 3 cards here. I'm going to pull one from, no, I'm going to pull actually 3 from this same deck. These are quite deep. Okay, well, so what we have is the first card is Eyes on the Prize. Okay, so it's keeping our, what I feel with this is knowing where you're going. All right, it's all well and good drifting along, but I feel that if you don't have any sense of direction, if you aren't working out what your next steps are, okay, even if it's fairly vague at the moment, but having some idea, going towards your North Star, what is your purpose, what is your plan, and it's just trusting that you'll be guided towards the right place. So again, I do feel very strongly here it's working with the divine, with the universe, with spirit, however you refer to that, which is bigger outside of you. And it just feels like this is a time as we come towards this full moon eclipse. It's what needs to fall away, from your life, okay? And where are you heading in order to reach where you want to get to? What do you need to change within yourself? This could be any goal that you have. So it could be a physical goal, it could be an emotional goal, it could be a spiritual goal or a mental goal. It could be something you're trying to achieve. It could be a relationship you're wanting to end or enhance. Okay, so what is your goal? You need to be clear on that, because then okay, you need some help in finding your way. Now, obviously this has been a tough time for everybody, okay, but I love this card, Make the Grade with Flying Colors. All right, because what it says is, you remember you signed up for this. So I totally believe, we all, if you like, chose to be here at this time. It might not feel like that when we're going through rough times, okay? But therefore, if we signed up for this, what is stopping you leaping into life with absolute zest and enthusiasm? And I'm not saying it's not tough, okay? What I'm being shown here is people who do mountain climbing. Okay, I have never got that. It's not something I would be enthusiastic about. But I think how they set out, and it starts off warm where they are, and then as they go higher and higher up the mountain, and the most incredible hardship they face to meet the summit. Sorry, to reach the summit. So what is it you're doing to reach the top of your mountain? What are you willing to endure? Because we always like to think it's going to be easy, don't we? We like to think we can have the perfect relationship and, oh, if I'm just in love, it'll all be lovely. No, it can be damn hard work at times. It requires sometimes sacrifice, but it doesn't require allowing abuse in your life. But if you're looking for the perfect job, do you need to do any qualifications for it first? Are you willing to do? So the message I'm getting here today is keeping your eyes on the prize, okay? It's keeping your eyes on that goal and asking for guidance. But it is also in remembering you signed up for this, all right? And you will pass with flying colors if you just keep going. There may be hold-ups along the way. You may have to, they're showing me the mountain again. You may have to set up camp lower down and get on with stuff there and find your way forward. And then the last card here I've got, look at this, me time. Okay, so I love this. Enjoy your own company. So what I'm feeling here is this message to go with this reading is about, whilst you're not on your own, you need to be making these decisions for you. Okay, this is about keeping the eye on your prize, on your goals, whatever that goal is. Okay, and realizing you are going to make it if you just keep taking the steps, putting one foot in front of the other. Okay, does that make sense? Just keep going. All right, and you will get, I'm being shown the winner's cup. Okay, But also I'm feeling at the moment and around this time leading up to this full moon, because you may find radical change comes around this time, okay? So if we're more fully rooted, I'm back to the analogy of that tree. If we've planted our roots firmly, the biggest storm can come and we will just sway in the storm. But if we're rigid and a big storm comes, we're blown over, okay? And we're uprooted. We're like those big trees that get uprooted. So if I was to say to you now, just gently close your eyes and visualize yourself as a tree, what tree do you see straight away? If I was to say, think of your roots, what type of roots have you got? Do they go deep into the earth? Are your branches widespread? Do you feel you're flexible and flowing in the wind? Or are you really stiff and rigid? And therefore anything that buffets against you is going to hurt. Okay. Whereas if we can give and be yielding, okay, if we give and we sway every time some challenge comes in our life, then we just bounce back again. We deal with it, we get pushed against the wind, and then when the storm is gone, we can find our center again. Does that make sense? And that's what I'm feeling is the me time. It's really focusing on what it is you need to be letting go of and what you need to be bringing out, what you need to change, not because there's something wrong, but just what isn't doing you good. We use the phrase a lot, what isn't serving you, but think of it in a different way. What isn't actually feeling right in your gut or feeling right in your heart? Yeah, so what is it you need to admit to yourself? That's the message I'm getting. What do you need to admit to yourself that needs changing? That you might keep showing up for getting readings, but you might go, am I going to get a different answer this time? Will it keep me going for a bit longer? But then what action do you take? Okay, we need to co-create with spirit, with the universe, with the divine, however you want to call it. We need to co-create so we can get all this support. It's like having this big team. Say you're in a football team or any form of team game, and your team is running about the court or the field and you're just standing there. Okay, and this is how I'm being shown it, that spirit are running around, if you invite them to support you and helping pave the way. But if you just stand and expect it to happen to you, it's not going to move forward because you're not taking the steps forward to join them, to walk with them along the path. Does that make sense? Okay, so that is the reading for everybody. Oh no, I'm just being told there's one more card for everyone here. Do let me know, send me thumbs up or hearts if you're understanding that, if that's resonating with you with that reading. Okay. So as I say, if you do wish to work with me on a one-to-one, please look me up and do follow me on my Facebook, Melanie Wellard. I think it's Melanie Wellard 7, I think, just on my profile. And if you're open to really big change, big transformation, then you might want to contact me to work a bit closer together. Okay, right, let's just see to finish this off for all of you. Beautiful. So again, to go with that, we've got nourishment. So this is all about coming up to this big full moon eclipse on the 26th. This is about, so this goes hand in hand with what I was saying about nourishing our roots. If you think of that as that tree analogy, is you need to look at what you need to do to nourish your soul. So this fits very, very, very much with it. Okay, what I was just saying in the reading is focusing on your goal, making sure you take action to do it. But this is also about, it's not a goal for a goal's sake, it's what is nourishing your soul. That's what the main message I'm getting. It's like we're coming into times where we need to start really thinking about what it is we're here to do, okay? And the thing is, when we say things like that, everyone I've found goes and starts to think we have to be here to do some major thing. You know, we're not all here to be the president or the prime minister, okay? that can just be of living our life true to our authentic self. Because when we do that, our light naturally shines in the world brighter. Does that make sense? It just automatically, we're like a beacon. But when we are not living our life authentically, we are dimmed, and we find that we attract more negativity, we attract more attack from others, we attract more judgment. But when we are shining our light, we may still attract those things, but we're more easily able to let them just wash over us, because there is a lovely line that I love, and it's actually in one of these cards. I've always said, you know, for what the things I do, some people say, oh, that's a bit weird. And I love the saying, weird is good, weird is wonderful, because it actually means uniqueness. It means you are in your own power and you don't mind what other people think. When you spend your life trying to bend and weave to suit everybody else, and it's against your authentic self. I'm not saying not to help and care. I love helping and caring for other people. But I always check in with myself. Am I able to do this? Am I able to give at the moment, or do I need to retreat a bit? Okay, it's making sure that you are always linking in and asking authentically, who am I? What am I here to do? And am I living that? And sometimes we avoid doing that because we're too scared to make change. Well, the astrology that's coming up is going to force us in many ways, all right? And it's already been doing that in the last year and a half. People have found that they have had to make fundamental changes, and how we approach that also can be, we can fight and stay rigid, or we can, as I say, flow with the wind and keep bouncing back. And that's what we have to do at the moment. There's a lovely saying, fall down 7 times, stand up 8. We got to keep standing up each time at the moment. And I am with you on that. It's not always easy, okay? It's not necessarily meant to be, but we can make it more effortless if we flow. All right. So I hope that has helped all of you. As I say, I'm going to be looking at the fundamentals, what is at the basis of you, and what you might need to look at changing in order to keep your eye on that goal, to keep your eye on that North Star where you want to go. Okay, so I hope that it helps. Okay, I'm drawn straight away to Ashley Norcott. Ashley. Okay, welcome, Ashley. Right, I'm going to actually use these cards for you, Ashley. Okay, they are quite deep, and normally I would use them on a deep coaching conversation with somebody to really look at. Okay. Right, Ashley. So I'm with Ashley. Right, okay, how beautiful. I'm going to stick with these. This beautiful card, for this you were born. Foster your intention for incarnating in this dimension. That's quite deep. All right. Now, what I'm picking up with you, it's almost like this has come to help raise your vibration, okay? It feels like you feel a bit battered by the storms at the moment, the emotional storms. And I just feel like it's keeping that faith in yourself, okay? Don't let that darkness in, all right? Because I'm just being shown, if you can shine brighter, you can just like blow it off. You know that scene in, I don't know whether any of you watch the Harry Potter films. I'm just being given that. My guides love to give me movies, okay, because we can relate to the analogies. And I'm being shown the one in the later movies where those horrible dark things were flying in, and we sometimes feel like we're being battered by negative energy, but you shine your light bright and they burst away. And that's what I'm being shown here. And this is a good message for everybody, is that if you can do whatever it takes to raise your vibe here, Ashley, get out more. I am being told you need to get out more, even barefoot on the ground, okay? I just feel that you need to do whatever it takes to strengthen your roots, okay? To build up your energy and your strength a bit more, okay? I just want to see what might be blocking you. But that wonderful card for this, you were born. Okay, you are fulfilling your life purpose. And this is what I mean. It might not always feel like it, which is why we need to do that self-reflection work. We're always looking for something else, aren't we? Always looking for, there must be something else to fulfill my life, rather than actually, if I just look at what is here, shine my light brighter in what is here and now, wow, then the whole world can change for us. Okay, let me just see what might be blocking you. Okay, well, this makes sense to me because I've got here surrender obsessive thinking. All right, I just feel you're too much in your head and you need to find a way of bringing that down into a sense of feeling, okay? Because it just feels to me that, yeah, it's just going round and round and round and round and round. Your thoughts are just whirring and whirring. Does that make sense? And it just feels like, yeah, I'm just getting a picture of just sort of just in my head, in my head, in my head, in my head, and those thoughts are going round and round and round and round. Okay, so I want to just say halt. Okay, you got to do something else to distract yourself. Whatever you can do. I'm seeing you dancing around for some reason. I'm actually seeing you dancing around. Okay. Right. It's just like, yeah, it's like get out of your head and into your body. So whatever that does for you, all right, however that helps you, all right. Yeah, there you go. Surrender to creativity, allow more creativity in, and that's what I was getting. Movement, dance, just singing out loud to the radio, whatever it is, immediately takes us away from our head and into our heart and into our bodies. All right, because or we can just sit there saying, oh, I feel really down, what can I do? I feel really down, as if there's some magic wand that's going to happen. But no, we actually have to get up, get moving, and do something to help it. Sometimes it might mean we need rest, but I'm feeling for you, you really need to get moving and start to acknowledge what is good in your life, because I am getting that you're doing a lot towards your life purpose. I do feel that I'm being shown you need to clear out the closets. All right, now I don't know whether, I think that they're meaning clearing out those thoughts, clearing out what no longer in your life is enriching your life. Okay, so that might actually mean physically clearing out the closets to get you more focused, more free, more unburdened. Okay. Yeah, because you've also got surrender frustration, you see. And this feels to me that it's all within your hands, all right? But you're choosing a lot of the time, and sometimes this is hard for us to accept, is that we are playing a massive, massive part in keeping ourselves stuck in, oh, well, it's all very dark and it's dreadful. And we can take action to lift that mood, all right? No one can actually do that. Okay, no one can actually do that for us. Right, so I'm going to now ask you, I'm going to, these empowering question cards that I want to, okay, there you go. This is something to be thinking of. What does being mean to me? So ask yourself that question. What does being mean to me? What does just being here, following your path? Remember, for this you were born. So whatever you're doing, you're on your right path, okay? You just need some help. Focus on that North Star. We call it our North Star, okay? Our reason for being. What does that mean to you? And I really want you to just spend some time and just see it that, wow, if everything was where it's meant to be, if I was in the right place at the right time doing the right thing, that is my daily mantra, then what does that mean for me? Wow. So what do I need to change to now move on to the next step? Because everything we've done so far has brought us to where we are now. Okay, the way we've reacted to circumstance as well is still down to us. If you look at what's happened in the world in the last year and a half, we will all have reacted to it in different ways. You only need to, I keep away from news, social media, anything on this. But I understand that I can see it around me, how people are dealing with it very differently. Okay, so every circumstance that blows you around, you decide how you wish to respond to it. All right. So I just feel that power is with you at the moment. Okay. And there, just to finish, you've got go with the flow. There you go. All right. Now, we always think of a flow as a river. And I saw a lovely analogy to it the other day where our flow is our breath. If we just get in and focus on our breath and bring ourselves back to the breath all the time, we are in our own flow. Okay, so we can use that analogy if we're drifting along in the river, but I like that better because we have control over that. Stop and breathe. I want to say to you, actually get moving, get out. All right, get out and move and enjoy the world that's around you. All right, and then I can just see your vibe rising and then start to see the world differently and see what it is you need to change. I hope that helps. Okay, who else have we got here? Connie Capitula, you sometimes sit barefoot in the garden watching the birds. Yes, so do I. I was watching them this morning and they flew really close. I always see what messages are coming through. I had a gull circling me 3 times, cawing, and then I always sort of say, okay, what am I meant to be paying attention to? That's like a real shout, you know, pay attention to something. Okay. Right, so Connie, let's have a look at you. Okay, Connie. Right, I'm going to start with these. Yes, these cards, it's funny, I've only just bought these. Ashley, I'm just reading your other comment. Please, darling, you can do this. All right. If we all said that our mental health is our responsibility, okay, if we all said our mental health, my mental health is my responsibility, wow, we could change so much. So you think of how often we look out to others saying, do you know what, if only they did that, they'd be all right. You know, Mrs. Such and Such, or that girl there, or him over there, or we say it to our family or our friends, do you know what, your life would be perfect if you just did this. So how about if we looked in the mirror and said, do you know what, you'd be all right if you just did this, and then take our own advice. If we all just kept all that energy to ourselves, stop telling everyone else how to do it, we are then in charge of our mental health. What is it I need? Okay, I knew I started taking extra supplements. I knew I needed to address my sleep patterns. I needed to make sure I got plenty of fresh air and being outside. I knew I needed to feed my brain with positive affirmations every day. And I knew I needed to rest when my body was telling me to rest. And that keeps my vibe as high as I possibly can. So have a think about that. Okay, Connie. Okay, Connie. Wow, okay. A splendid torch, blaze brightly. Okay, let me just see what I'm getting with this for you. Right, big change coming in for you, Connie. It's like you're stepping up. I'm being shown you're stepping up to something. If it's not happening now, it's very soon. And it feels like you're claiming back your power. All right. It feels like you've felt not as strong in recent months, but I feel that you're really going to step up. All right. There just feels like there's a lovely new start to you. I'm getting a really energetic, passionate new energy coming into your life. Passion for life. Okay. And if you're in doubt of the decision to make, I'm getting a big yes for you. Okay. I'm just seeing what might be blocking you. Okay, I've got surrender your fear of intimacy here. Okay, and what I feel is letting people in and knowing you and asking for help, realizing you're not alone. Okay, but I just feel that you've maybe shut your heart area down quite a lot, and it's time to just say, do you know what? Life's for living. This whole card is about the passion of life, the passion with others and with yourself. Okay. Okay, I just want to see what else I got for you here. Right, that makes sense. But surrender stress. All right, look at that. Okay, throwing your arms back. I love doing that sort of outdoors. I've got loads of photos. Just sort of like let that light in, let that energy in, and just do you know what? If we stay like this all the time, the light can't get to us. We're just like shrouded. We've got to open our hearts, okay, to let it in. We keep thinking there's some big magic spell that's going to bring us that love, bring us that perfect something, when actually if we just start to think there is a perfect something for us now and then go from there. Okay. So yes, I just feel, Connie, throw yourself into it. Anything that you've been thinking of real big change, just go for it. I want to say go for it. I'm getting like real, I'm just seeing what else. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I've got the wisdom card here for you as well. And what I'm feeling with that is you've got the wisdom to make the right choice. I feel that you've done all the work. All right, you've been putting in the steps before, you've been doing all the planning before. And it's time to, it's like you've been climbing and climbing and making, taking the right steps. And it really is now time to leap. All right, if that makes sense. Okay. Let's see what color might help you. Wow. Okay. So we can't say you haven't got a lot of reds and oranges. Look at this. You've even got orange here in your colors. So look at that. So maybe you want to, this is all about the sacral chakra, the base chakra, the bring passion into your life in every way. I mean, crikey, maybe wear these colors, okay, to help stimulate those chakras and allow you to allow that intimacy, that passion, that love into your life. Okay, I hope that helps. Bless you. Okay, let's see who else is here. Oh, brilliant, Connie, well done. Oh, that's brilliant, Joe. Oh, I love hearing about your experiences. Tennille O'Brien. Okay, Tennille. Right, I'm going to use the Moon Oracle card. So this is looking about, for those of you that have just come on, we are looking at the full moon eclipse that's coming up on the 26th. It's also a supermoon. This is building now. You may feel this heavy energy over the next few days and afterwards, but it may start to feel a lot of tension. You need to all do some real work on helping to reduce the tension that might build, okay? Full moons can be strong anyway if you're sensitive to that, but this is a doozy, all right? This is really going to pack a punch. So it could bring up lots of things that we need to look at if we have been hiding from them, or I feel it could be a time of, it could actually be a time of high achievement. All right. Right. Okay, let's see what's going on with you. Right, the first card I've got for you is attraction, okay? And I'm being asked here, what is it that you are trying to attract into your life? All right, what are you trying to attract? Okay, it just feels like you're not quite sure, all right? Because I feel whatever it is you're aiming at, you've also got the growth card here. So again, I feel that you as well have been putting down firm roots, all right, into where you want to go and what you want to achieve, all right? But you've also got surrender stress, okay? So I want to say, stop worrying so much about it and write down those steps that you have achieved, okay? What steps have you achieved? Just have a think about that for a moment. Because I'm feeling that you have achieved far more than you are giving yourself credit for. I feel that you often brush away people's compliments, people's praise of you, all right? And it just feels like this is a good start because you need to accept you. You've got to work much more on that self-acceptance, because sometimes we just sit there wanting others to approve of us. And then the problem is we stay stuck because we cannot live our life waiting for that approval of others. Okay, we've got to find that strong within ourselves. Okay. Okay, let me just see what's going on here. Wow, I've got another one. Look at that. This is what I say when sometimes there is a theme going on when we're in a group like this, because you have also got, for this you were born. So what I'm picking up is there's a lot of souls here who are very much on the right track but might not be feeling that, and they need that confirmation. For this you were born. You are on the right track. You are attracting what you want into your life. You have growth going on. But you need to release the stress about it. I'm just being told, stop being such a stress head. All right, does that make sense? If you can. All right. Let's see what. Oh, hold on a minute. Feeling there might be one other. Oh. There, look, that just flew out the pack. Let go and enjoy. Let go and enjoy. All right. Just feels like enjoy. I'm getting enjoy the ride more. Okay, enjoy the ride. You're on track. Okay, but you keep looking for there must be something wrong. There must be something else, etc., etc. Does that make sense? I hope that helps. Okay, let's see. What else we have here? Ah, you were learning about self-compassion. That's great, Tennille, because that's what I'm saying. You've got to get to the point of better self-talk, all right, and realize how far you have come. Stop relying on other people to do it. It's nice if you get that from others, but if we rely on it, we're always going to be disappointed, and then we're buffeted around waiting for that next sign of approval, where we need to be giving that compassion and that love and that help to ourselves. Okay. All right. Yes, overthinking is a problem. What I would say for that, I can do that myself. I analyze everything. So getting your mind to do something else, whatever it is that can just calm the mind a bit. I usually find that's movement. All right. So, and sometimes it means I can just watch a movie, something that just switches the brain off. But whatever it is that works for you, but certainly getting up and dancing around, then I forget it all, or gardening, anything that just stops the mind from thinking. You can't take compliments. Okay, well, there's your task for this full moon. All right, release your resistance to accepting compliments. Maybe that is your goal for this full eclipse moon. Release that need to refuse compliments and learn to just say thank you. All right, but be giving yourself that compliment first. All right, I hope that helps. Hiya, Sharon. Sharon Thomas. Okay, right. Let me know you're all out there. Send me little emojis or signs. It's quite lonely sitting here sometimes. Okay, just to let me know that there's people out there. Right. Okay, Sharon, let's see. So this is to do with the big supermoon coming out on the 26th. What is it you need to let go of? What do you need to change? Wow, that's weird. I'm shuffling and shuffling, and we keep getting the same cards. So as I said, often Spirit are here to give this message to many people. So you've also got a splendid torch, blaze brightly. All right. And it just feels like there's hesitation for you, Sharon, in stepping forward at the moment and making something happen. It just feels like, again, I've got you here overthinking. All right. Thinking too much about it and not actually actioning it. I'm being told as well, there's some habits here that you need to think about to drop. All right. Yeah. Self-love for you. Okay, this is at the root of it. This is the base of your roots, of what you're not feeding your roots. Okay, so step at a time, do something. So treat it that leading up to this full moon is for you to really work on that. Do something that's good for you. Do something that nurtures you. Okay, you've also got here surrender unhealthy relationships. So again, as at the full moon, and especially an eclipse, supermoon is a time to act. And you've got here surrender unhealthy relationships. So you need to really look at those around you. What's working, what's not. Letting go of toxic relationships that are in your life. Okay, making some choices rather than just keep going through the motions, accepting certain behaviors. Okay, let's see a question to ask yourself. Here's a question to ask yourself. What does happiness mean to me? That's what does happiness mean to you, okay? So again, it's a good question for you all to ask yourself. What does that mean? What do we want to be feeling to feel happy? Because it's an inside job, okay? We keep thinking, well, if this happens in the world, or if that happens, or if that person just did that, or if that person changes, or if I just had a new car or a new something or this, then I'll feel happy. It's transient. You might get it for a while and then it moves on, okay? And then it's like, oh, I need something else now. All right. I'm sorry if the internet keeps freezing. There's not a lot I can do about it at the moment. I know that the planet has been hit with some pretty big solar flares, so I know that can affect it. Okay. There, look, because you've also got Sharon soaring into joy. So it's time to really decide. You've got that. It's really time to just, what is it that you think would bring you happiness? And you've got to take action rather than just hoping it's going to change. All right, you need to actually take some action. All right, I hope that makes sense. Okay, who else have we got here? Right, I hope I'm flowing. I found that even on the phones today, even when I was on the phones, the phone keeps stopping and starting again. Right, well, as I say, I'm looking at what major changes you might need to do or what you need to bring in for the full moon. So, okay, so can you just let me know if you're still watching? Okay, Julia Hickenberg. Okay, Julia. Right, let's see what's going on for you. So again, this is looking at more deeper fundamental situations, all right, that is possibly holding back your whole life at the moment. Julia Hickenberg. Well, the same cards keep coming out. I keep saying it again and again when I do these group messages. These messages are for everybody. Okay, make the grade with flying colors. Remember, you signed up for this. Okay, so this feels about taking acceptance, taking responsibility for your life. You are where you are due to steps that you've taken to date. Okay, so it's like I'm getting here. You need to assess your life at the moment. Have you ever done a life wheel? Look it up. You can get templates for that and look at where your life is at the moment, where things need to change. It gives you a good view of every segment of your life. Okay. And then start to see which areas really stand out to you of what needs changing. Because I'm feeling that there is a bit of drifting with you, and I just feel, Julia, that you do need to really decide on where you're heading, all right, rather than letting life happen to you. Yeah, because you've also got here, look forward, okay? So this feels like, you know, where are you heading? Just feels to me like you're drifting. This doesn't mean living into the future, but it's like looking forward. Where am I going? What decisions do I need to make to help me get there? Okay. Yeah. Count your blessings. So it feels like you need to be looking at your life. What is good in it now? Write out your blessings. Count out, you know, you started doing at least 5 things a day, build that up to 10 things a day of what you're grateful for, what is good in your life, rather than, oh, it's not. It just feels to me, darling, that you need, there's a bit of, they're telling me there needs a bit of rocket fuel to get you going, to get you starting to make some decisions in your life. Okay. Because I feel you've got daughter value here. I feel that there's so much for you. All right. There is actually so much for you out there. It just feels like you've got to get moving to get out and grab it, all right? Because it feels like there's like opportunities waiting for you in all areas of your life, but you're not quite stepping into them. So I'm feeling here there's a real need to take some action. You've even got here, surrender to your soul's path. It's like you're meant to be doing this. You signed up for this, okay? But you're always looking for something different, all right? Oh, I've got a rainbow on my head, look. On my third eye there. How wonderful is that? That's enhancing my psychic ability, that rainbow shining right there. Okay, so Just see if there's anything else there for you, Julia. Right, you've got a friendship card here, and it's looking at a relationship here that might need to change, or maybe one that you've been neglecting that you need to really put some more effort into. All right, if that makes sense. Yeah, I just feel that needs someone's needing your help and attention. So I just feel you might need to really look to that. All right. Okay, I hope that helps. Oh, Ashley, I don't know why you've sent me tears, my love. Oh, that makes so much sense. Okay, that's good. Okay, who else have we got? You're welcome, Ashley. Joe Saboth. I'm so sorry, Joe. I don't know how to pronounce your middle name. You know who you are. If I say Joe Saboth, is that right? I do apologise if I haven't done that, pronounced that correctly. Okay. Oh, okay, Julia. Okay, I get that then. That makes sense, doesn't it? Yeah, time to really decide and take some action, my love. Good luck with that. Okay. You're welcome. You're welcome. Okay, for those of you just coming on, I'm looking at really deep issues here. I'm looking at what are the fundamental changes you need to make in your life. And we've got this to work with this wonderful, strong power of this full moon eclipse coming up on the 26th. Okay. So this is for Joe Saboth. Just let me know you're still there, Joe. But I'll carry on regardless, because you may come back and look at this afterwards. So for those of you that have just come on, I did a reading for everybody as to what the powers of this moon can do. So you can go back and watch this video afterwards. We all got a clear picture here. Is it working okay? Let me know you're around. Send me a little thumbs up to let me know you're there, or little hearts. I know there's people out there. Okay, so this is for Joe. Okay, you've got the card, the thin, thin veil, let go and let glow. Okay. Okay, let me just see what I'm picking up with this. Right, it's almost like I feel very much that you are resisting change in your life. Okay. It's like you know what needs to happen. Your gut is telling you the changes you need to make. But you keep just thinking there's another answer, there's something else to do, or just not looking at it enough. Okay, you're not necessarily paying attention to it. Okay. See what you've got here, what's blocking you. Yeah, so there you go. You wanted it in another way. I love the way spirit work. They just got confirmation. Surrender, denial. All right, you've got a blindfold on. You're not willing to look. Okay. And as it says, accept people and situations exactly as they are without denying the difficulties. Then you can see things clearly and make the best decisions. So that was exactly the words I was getting from spirit then. It's really being honest with yourself and looking what needs to change. So that could be something within yourself. It could be situations, relationships around you that need to change. Okay. But I feel that it's almost like, again, I feel that this is a situation where you need to see how things are, and then where do I want to go, and start to make your plan. It just feels you're being too passive with your life, and you need to actually make some decisions about where you want to go. You've also got here, surrender your addictions. Okay, so this, we automatically think of certain things with surrender our addictions, all right, with addictions, and that it's a physical thing. This could be a way of thinking. It could be you're stuck in a negative way of thinking. This could be behavior patterns. This could be a way of being that we just don't need anymore, that it just doesn't serve us anymore. So it can be an addiction can be to not taking action, or it can be things that do harm us. Okay, but anything that isn't building us towards our greater good, okay, is often harming us in some way. All right. Okay. So you've also got here, can I just ask, do you work with spirit, Joe? Because I also feel that Thin Veil is also about communication with spirit. It's where it's at its thinnest. Because you've also got here surrender to prayer and surrender to your soul's path. So it feels to me that it's like spirit are trying to work with you. They're trying to help. Okay. And it just feels to me that you're maybe shying away from that. Okay. Let me just see what's the best question for you to ask yourself at the moment to help you move forward. What is my instinct telling me to do? See, I feel you know the answers. All right. So whilst I can confirm and maybe support you, and I do work with people to help them find their way forward, but you've got to decide. We can never allow someone else to make the decision for us. Okay. We might get confirmation through a reading, but so I work with people to help them bring about that transformative change. I've been working with a client for over a year now who has absolutely changed their life, and we have sort of regular monthly coaching and reading sessions, and she's been able to then have that strength beside her to make some very challenging choices. So don't always think you need to do it alone. That's my purpose in life. These are just very short tasters of what I can do. If you feel you want to work with me, do get in contact. Look up my website, melaniewellard.co.uk, or do just follow me on my Facebook, Melanie Wellard, or drop me a line. All my prices are, I charge by the time. So whatever service I do, it can be all incorporated in one. So I might do a long session. Some people come to me for half a day. And I can do that all online, where we can do a bit of a reading to look at what needs to be focused on. And once that's in agreement, then we can then, in coaching, I help somebody find their way forward. But it's like holding someone, but helping guide you to make the right decisions for you. Okay. And then we can do some healing and clearing of negative energies and clearing your chakras. To actually help get those energetic blocks out the way to help you move forward. Okay, I'm going to take a drink here. Lovely coconut water. Do you love it? Okay, so can you just tell me if the signal is good? I know it does keep falling out, so I hope it is still okay. Okay. Okay, Danielle Marie. Right, let's have a look for you, Danielle. Okay, Danielle. Right, I'm straight away just getting a message here from Spirit for you, Danielle, is that you need to be more playful. I just feel you let life get too serious. And I know we use that phrase lighten up, but Spirit are actually saying you need to let more play in, more lightheartedness, okay? They're saying life doesn't have to be quite so serious all the time, and you do make it quite serious. Overthinking, overanalyzing, it just feels like, it doesn't have to be that way. You can choose it to be different. Okay. The analogy I was giving earlier about, as a tree, if we're rooted, what are we rooted in? Okay. Are we nourishing ourselves? Are our roots strong? Are we going to tip over at the slightest challenge, or can we just sway with it? Is all to do with also how we look after ourselves, and then also, our feelings and attitudes towards it. And I just want to say, they just keep saying, play more. All right. It's like you've just lost touch a bit with that playful side of yourself, of being lighter. All right. And that's when we let those darker feelings in and we then think, oh, I have to stay that way. But I just feel that you have full capacity here to take responsibility for yourself here. Crikey, we are getting a lot. I'm shuffling these cards again and again, and this is the third time it's come out. For this, you were born. Okay. So again, I feel that your life, if you take a different look at it, you are on track. But sometimes we just let, the energy's coming in at the moment to the planet. We've been bombarded with really heavy stuff, and we need to keep clearing it off. And the best way to do that is to keep as much as we can. Just think of it as just one step up. All right. I'm not saying we have to transform overnight. It's a process. So it's, what can I do to bring more light and laughter into my life? Okay. So it's almost like I want to say to you, Danielle, bring it back to the present at the moment, and just what can you change in your immediate environment within your life to just bring more lightheartedness into your life. That could just be, sometimes, do you know what, we just need to feed our brain with something lighter. We need to watch more funny stuff. I mean, there's so much beautiful stuff on the internet. It's a wonderful tool, but so many people choose it to either watch, sorry, but just shallow rubbish, and then they feel, check in with yourself when you've been online. How do you feel afterwards? If you are not feeling higher, then you're watching the wrong stuff. All right, for you. So there is so much wonderful, funny stuff, happy stuff, lovely little animal stuff, whatever it is that lifts your vibe. There is so much. It's almost like there's no excuse now not to lift our vibe and by what we can feed in. I can remember years ago, I look at how I can buy cards now, and you just go on and you can just buy it. You've got the world at your fingertips. So why isn't everyone happy? If having all this stuff is what people want, why are we not happier? Because it's not coming from within us, and that's where we need to start. So it's asking yourself, what is it that makes me feel happier? What is it that is going to lift me? And head for that. You don't have to watch things that make you miserable. Just turn it off. All right. This is a real message I'm getting from Spirit today about taking more responsibility for our own mental health and our physical health. All right. It's almost like we're getting some powerful stuff coming through. I work with Archangel Metatron a lot, and it is this, we're not passive. Okay. There are things that we can't control. That's fine. But there is much we can. And certainly what we listen to, what we let into our mind through our eyes, our ears, and how we speak is under our control. All right. And that's what we need to really do to lift us up at the moment. Does that make sense? Just getting this quite tough at the moment, but it's not really, because it makes total sense, doesn't it? And sometimes we need to hear it like that, because otherwise we just think if it's too soft and cuddly, sometimes we don't make the change. We just need to hear it factually as it is. Okay. I'm just going to see what might be blocking you here, Danielle. So you've got as well, surrender to prayer. It doesn't matter how much I'm shuffling these, the same words are coming out for so many people. Okay. Hi, Sharon. I gave you a whole reading, my love, so I don't know whether you went off. You've just popped up. But I did do your whole reading, so you'll probably have to go back and look at it if you've missed it. Okay, so Danielle, again, there we go. Just what I was saying. Surrender to the wisdom of your body. Okay. This needs to link in. What do I need to nourish my soul? All right. What am I doing that? So what I want you to do is, leading up to the full moon, this is good advice for everybody. As you're leading up to the full moon, you could even write it down. What do you do on a daily basis? What makes you feel good and what makes you feel miserable? If you spend all evening on your computer, your iPad, your phone, and afterwards you're feeling down, are you comparing yourself to others? Are you thinking everyone else is having a ball and I'm not? Don't do it. Choose not to do it. Go looking for things and say, I'm only going to look at things that make me smile and laugh. I promise you, if you did that from now until the full moon, your whole attitude towards life would change. All right? Yeah, you've got surrender outdated beliefs about yourself. All right, so I do feel that you are telling yourself some negative messages, and it's time to let them go. Okay, you are much greater and more powerful and more wonderful and more magical than you could ever know. But it's time to start accepting that. Okay, and then I'm just going to see from the Moon Oracle cards what might be here for you. Yeah, there you go. Perfect one for this full moon coming up. Release. All right. So again, this is for you, Danielle, but also for everybody. All right. Time to let it go. Let go of that negativity that you're holding in your heart. All right. Give yourself a positivity feast. Negativity diet, positivity feast. I like that. So just allow in your life what makes you smile. And I'm talking about things that are within your control, okay? There are things that are out of our control that might bring us down. So why don't we spend every other moment that's possible? We may go to a job that we don't like. We may be doing activities we don't like. We might be around people that don't lift us. But what other time within any other minute that you've got of any of your free time, any time that's within your control, that then is going to have a knock-on effect. If you spend every minute possible in lifting your vibe, in bringing in positivity and laughter and light, then that will resonate and ripple through everything else. You'll start to see the rest of your life differently. You'll start to make changes in your relationships. You'll start to decide whether you can make changes in your job or what you should go for, or what you're reading. You might want to then take up a new hobby. You might decide, you know what, I'm feeling inspired to write. I'm feeling inspired to sing. I'm feeling inspired to do something that I haven't done before. And that in turn adds, and that starts to put money, and you're paying into that positivity pot. All right. So I hope that helps. Okay, I'm just being told there's one more for you here, Danielle. Yeah, there you go. You've got the Shield Maiden here. Make plans and focus. All right, that's what I'm getting. Okay, you can make changes, and this is a powerful woman here. All right, you are much, much more powerful than you're giving yourself credit for. So it's get up now, go do something really positive, dance around the room, even raise your vibe. Okay, do some aerobic exercise, just a little bit, just getting that energy, because sometimes if we're also sitting around too much, we block energy flow. If I'm doing healing on somebody or clearing their chakras, I know it with myself. If I'm sitting too much like this all day, so I can be working online a lot, so I make sure I get out and I get moving. I put the music on loud, and I can really feel it if I don't do it. Okay. Sometimes it might be I need a rest afterwards, but I can feel, I get pains in my legs, and it's often, and then if I dance, if I just move about and do exercises, and I'm not talking about needing to do a full workout, I just move about the house, okay? And then it shifts. I did a lot of gardening yesterday. My God, I was worn out, but I felt fantastic afterwards because I'd shifted any negative energy that had got stuck. Think of it as little pockets of air almost, if we get, you can think, oh, I need a burp or something. Okay, sorry, I don't want to be gross there, but we can feel when something's stuck. All right, we get a bit of indigestion. Well, this happens in our bodies with energy that I can feel when I'm doing healing on someone. Okay, and often it's movement that helps shift that out. All right, so I hope that helps, Danielle. Okay, yeah, and again, just to finish, I've also got the change card. So there's change you can bring about. There is change due in your life. You just need to take some action to get it moving. Okay. As I say, if anyone wants to work with me on a one-to-one basis, then I can help you to bring about that change. Okay. So a reading only goes so far to just point out what you might need to do. Okay. Tara Laspina. Spina, sorry if I pronounced that incorrectly. Okay, my love, I'm going to use Hero's Journey cards with you. Okay, I'm just reading your question, Tara, and the message I'm getting for you is it's almost like any direction is better than no direction. So it's like do something, because what often happens is you start going down one road and then or you take a particular direction and then a new door opens, but you're not going to see that door until you've started down the road. And I know this is challenging. We sometimes just want to know up front, especially if it's in our work or something, we need to know what's right. But if I look at my own life and where I am now, you know, I've just qualified to be a celebrant, to do marriages and funerals, and then I look at all the different skills I've had to learn to bring it to the point where I can do that well. Okay, so it's my writing skills, my presentation skills, and all the different things I've done have got me to the point where I'm confident to be able to stand in front of a group of people and write something beautiful and hold that space and to be in that honorable position of doing that. And that's another skill to my, another string to my bow to help people. But I wouldn't have thought of that, okay, years ago. It's taken me 4 years to actually get to this point where I could then pay for the training. So again, we can have ideas, but we have to get moving in some direction, and then all of a sudden that direction, that other thing comes in and you go, right, now's the time. So that's what I'm getting for you straight away, Mala. I'm going to look at some cards, but I just feel, Tara, that the reason I'm giving that example is you need to just move towards something. Whereas we sit waiting for the perfect answer, and it's just not there. We've got to start. Everything has a process of some sort, and we're not going to see the end of it until we actually get going down the road. Okay. Okay, I'm being shown here. My guides love to show me movies and things. You know, The Wizard of Oz, when Dorothy went down the yellow brick road is what they're showing me. I don't know why they're bringing up this movie, but she didn't know. She had a goal in mind. Okay, I want to get home. So it might be your goal is I want to do something I love, or I want a better job, or I want a new relationship in my life. But you don't just sit there. It would have been like her just sitting and stopping at the beginning of the yellow brick road and not going forward. Okay, so she knew what it was and she had a vague sense of direction and okay, just follow this road. And that's what we're being asked to do all the time, is follow our instincts, follow the road to just something, the next step. And then she makes friends, and then different things happen, and then there's challenges along the way. So it's a very good analogy of life, that story. And then when she gets there, she finds it's not what she thought. Okay. So, you know, sometimes we change direction and we get beautiful realizations on the way, but we need to do something. So what I would say is sometimes, yes, we feel stuck and we're thinking nothing is helping. Sometimes we just need to sit for a little while and wait till it, you know, that whole divine timing when things are right. But it doesn't mean we're not at least thinking about it, and then all of a sudden it's time to take action, and then we can start moving forward. Okay, there are times when we need to be stuck a bit and we think okay, and then sometimes we have to relax into that. They're showing me, like, you know, when they show people sinking into quicksand, what do they always say? You need to lay flat and lay still. Okay, if you struggle when you're meant to lay still, then you get into worse trouble. So sometimes we need to just sit with the stuckness. And I feel that your instincts will tell you what is. If you've actually got the motivation there, which you say you do, then that you're more than halfway there. Okay. So it's like just put it into anything to start with, just any idea. But I'm going to just see what else is here for you. Oh my God. Okay. Now you know when spirit are channeling. Now, what was it that Dorothy said? I was just talking about I'm sorry, I have to laugh the way they work with me. What was it Dorothy was saying in The Wizard of Oz? There's no place like home. She had to click her heels together. Look at the card I've just pulled. There's no place like home. Okay, I've never actually seen, I haven't seen all these cards yet. I have only had them a few days. There's no place like home. Nestle into the sweetness. Okay, so for you, my love, that analogy of the yellow brick road is for you to really, really listen to. But I also feel here as well is it's almost like you're not, I'm getting you're not as stuck as you think you are. It's because you feel you're stuck, but I'm feeling that there is a lot of things to be grateful for around you. And if you can settle into that, you'll see that your motivation is getting you to think about that journey ahead. So you feel stuck, but that's because that's getting you moving. So it's accepting that I feel that you're at the start of something, and then it is just taking that first step forward and just starting down the road of, I'm just confirming what I said earlier. But I love that. Don't you just love that? No place like home. The exact words. I didn't even know that card was in this new pack. Okay. So you've got from fear to fuel. Stand still and own your power. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? So here's the thing, the analogy with the stuckness. When I was just saying you might not be stuck, okay? It's sometimes just staying still. So when I said about the quicksand, it's just like stay still for a minute and look around you, see what's there. I'm being drawn very much to the spiral around her. It's like seeing what is around you, being clear, and then because it's the fear that's sort of holding you back, and then that fuel, the rocket fuel, to propel you forward into, and it's owning your power. So whilst you feel you're not sure what to put it into, I think there are ideas. No one else can tell you which direction to take. Spirit won't ever do that. Okay, sometimes we think, oh, that's the easy road, wouldn't it be nice if someone just told me what to do? But then you'd be moaning shortly down the road saying, this isn't what I like, I don't like doing that. Have you ever said to people, please just help me, tell me what to do, and then someone does and you go, oh no, I don't like that idea? Okay, because we're asking them to take responsibility for us. Okay, so I feel that there are loads of ideas there for you, and I'm just still being brought to put it into something. Because look, you've also got the blossoming card, so it's like something coming to life. So I'm feeling it's certainly not as bad as you think. What else have we got here? Oh, there you go. Dare to dream a little bigger. Dare to ask for a little more. Not because everything should be bigger, but for you to see where your limits are. All right. So I'm just feeling this is just about get moving on something. Okay. Use this time when you're feeling stuck. Think of it as not stuck, but being still. Maybe just get out somewhere quiet and relax into the stillness. Stop looking at it, because again, how you're labeling it, I'm feeling is not helping you. Okay, you're labeling it as stuck, and it's not. It's stillness, and that takes on a much different meaning, doesn't it? Okay, I hope that helped. Okay, who we've got? Hi everybody. I'm glad that makes sense, Danielle. Right, so what I'm looking at here is the effects, what changes you might need to bring about for the big full moon eclipse coming up on the 26th. So, Carrie Burgess. Okay, Carrie. Let's have a look. I don't believe this. Okay, 4th time this has come up in this group's readings. For this you were born. For this you were born, Carrie. All right. And what I'm being told here is we all need to sort of accept that we all signed up for this, okay? And I've heard this from other spiritual leaders. We all signed up for this, okay? You can believe that or not, depending on your belief system. And therefore, if we say this is the challenge, it's a bit like saying, well, I entered the Olympics and then I don't like the fact that I've got to train and then I've got to run and I've got to do all this exercise. When someone would say, but you signed up for this, this is what you want. Or we start a course and then we think, oh my God, this is really hard, but we signed up for it. We might not be very clear about what's ahead, okay? But if we can accept we signed up for it, and I'm just feeling here, you really need to, again, use this full moon to be focusing on what it is you're really, sorry, when Spirit talking to me, I get really itchy nose. I can't help it. They really work my nose. Okay, I'm going to pull another one for you, Carrie, just to see any more enlightenment on that. But I feel that, again, I feel that you're more on your purpose than you're admitting to, okay? Okay, you've got be reborn daily, let go of the past and breathe in your new incarnation. So I do feel a great card for the full moon coming up. It feels like you are letting something go. All right, it does feel, or if you're not, it is time to. I feel that it is time for bringing about some major change in your life. Okay, something you've been procrastinating on a lot is what I'm getting, that you know you need to do something about it, and it keeps staring you in the face and you keep ignoring it, okay? So I've also got this, the path. So it does feel like you're moving from one state to another, one place to another, one situation to another, okay? But you've got to, as you can see there, can you see there's a ladder? And that's what I'm getting. It's that hesitancy. It's like you're seeing it. You know that path is ahead. You know that situation is ahead, but you're not, oh, well, if I just sit here, it might all get better. Okay. But it just feels like, no, you need to start that climb. You need to start going towards that newness and that new life that's waiting for you. Right. I've also got the extremes card here. So what I'm getting is I don't know whether this is to do with a relationship, and I just feel that sometimes it feels, what am I getting here? It's like the language around you is extreme. It just feels like actions are extreme around you. Okay. I'm getting here the feeling that things need to be tempered, okay? They need to be calmed. There needs to be a lot of calm brought into this situation, if that makes sense. But it's time to move on to that whole for this you were born. But do remember, even our challenges, we're here to learn through, all right? Life is not about only having wonderful, sweet experiences. All right, everything, if we can always look at everything and see what we learn from it, then my goodness, we will move forward so much faster. So here's the question for you to just finish with, Carrie. Am I living according to the expectations and dreams of others or my own? How do I distinguish them from each other? And there's your big question, my love, that you need to ask yourself at this moment. Okay, because it is time to move. It's time to take that step to really look it in the eye. And that to me is at the basis of it. Okay, so this full moon might be a great time to use that energy to bring about the changes that need to take place. All right. Anyway, I hope that has helped everybody. As I say, I was also covering today. So I'm just going to pull one more card for everyone. Okay. Let's see, this is a finished message for us all. Oh, how beautiful. I love these cards. Ocean of emotion. ocean of emotion. Find a safe place to express your true feelings. So this is wonderful. We need to be doing this on a regular basis. So maybe you need to write it, speak it to someone you trust, walk along speaking it to yourself. Find a nice quiet place to walk. I do it in the woods, chat away. I don't mind. But it helps express those feelings. Someone you can trust, a dear friend, write it out. What I do, especially at the full moon, I write out everything I wish to release. I don't do it every time, but write it out, what I want to forgive, who I want to forgive, forgiving myself, what I want to let go of. And then I go outside and I burn it in the fire pit and I just watch it dissipate. Okay, oh look, I've now got the rainbow on my heart chakra. How lovely. Anyway, I do wish you all well. I will see you soon, and you take the very best care of yourself and enjoy that full moon. I will be back Saturday, so we'll be closer to it then, and I'll do some more readings relating to it then. Okay, please do look me up. Go and follow me on Facebook, Melanie Wellard, and you can see my little videos that I create for everyone there. All right, so be well. Bye. See you.